Hey there, this is Dana, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's on my mind and on my heart, and I'm going to be transparent in my opinions and thoughts on a particular subject matter, which is my love-hate relationship with Facebook. So I don't know about you, if you've ever been scrolling through Facebook and you feel like there's just way too much drama going on there. And there's a lot of junior high behaviors. I feel like sometimes like I am back in high school or junior high, in which these mean, hateful, extremely hostile people are lashing out on so-called friends. And so, when I go through my Facebook list, quite frankly, there's just too many people to keep up with. Because I do write and I'm an author and I'm a speaker and I'm really into holistic health, I make a lot of connections. And while I love making connections, I love making new friends and networking with people. And I am there to support especially the community of writers. I love sharing people's books just like I love when they share my books. And I love promoting anything that's educational, empowering, and positive. But when I am at a place where I feel like Facebook is draining me, when the people are just hateful and just cruel in their demeanor and behaviors, it just gets to a point where I have to step away. I have to, for sanity's sake, and even just the whole idea where we have to put up healthy boundaries, and we have to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. And quite frankly, it's like beyond crazy right now. And I know there's this whole thing with Mercury in retrograde, and some believe it, some don't believe it. Do your own research on that one. And everyone's well aware that we just had the total eclipse, and people have noticed, especially those who are highly sensitive people, which is documented. There is such thing as highly sensitive people, and which they're very in tune with the universe and their surroundings and other people's emotions and behaviors. And so if you're like me and you are just a highly sensitive person, then you're really tuning in to all these extraordinary things going on around us right now, including social media. And while it's not just exempt only to Facebook, because in reality we could see on Twitter and other social media different things going on and all kind of weird activities and comments and conflicts and drama and so much political bashing, I'm just kind of taken back that only 6 weeks ago I took a Facebook vacation. So 6 weeks ago I had basically reached this point over my head. It was like, enough, oh my goodness, I'm off, I'm done, I'm like taking a break. And so I stepped away 6 weeks ago from Facebook, and it was very necessary. And I feel in a way that we have to unplug for our own health, our own mind, our own relationships, because we don't want to miss the opportunities that are right smack center in our face, in the community, in our home, with relationships that are near and dear to us. We don't want to be stuck with our faces glued to our phone and constantly scrolling through different social media or the internet, where we are just forgetting about our partners, our children, our friendships, our family, our coworkers, or whoever might be special to us. We don't want to be so caught up that we neglect others and we're not even building relationships because our face is in the phone or on the internet, where we're just too consumed. And I'm going to be honest, I think Facebook has a way of kind of like a magnet. It just kind of draws you in. It draws you in, and you could lose hours, you could lose days, you could lose months where you're so busy scrolling through your Facebook news feed, and you could be chatting with people, you could be private messaging people, you could be having conversations and discussions that could be positive, but all along there's this little silent thing going on that nobody talks about. And so I'm going to be open and talk about it, and that is, there are people who shame us, and there are people who will, because they're hiding behind a phone, because they're hiding behind the internet, they're not face to face to us. And so they lash out, they're cruel, they're hostile, they're offensive, okay? They're unkind. And there's so much division going on with these backlashes and hostility and immature, hateful behaviors. But I really believe that if these people were right in our face, meaning if we confronted them face to face, they would not be treating us this way, at least not nearly as poor, because they don't have the guts in our face to say these things. But behind their phone, with their little computer or whatever device they're using, they feel like powerful, and they feel like they could say and do whatever they want, even if it means trampling all over people, even if it means shaming people, putting them down, criticizing them, or publicly humiliating them. And I just really believe that when we get to this degree of negativity on social media, we need to look at the bigger picture. We need to look at what is really going on. And I believe that people have a lot of jealousy, that deep down inside of them, they're comparing themselves to all these other friends and family and networkers on social media, and they're comparing themselves. So they're seeing people who are posting these wonderful pictures of their husband or their partner, and they're saying they love me so much, and look, they bought me roses. Here's a dozen roses that my loved one gave me. He's the best, he's the sweetest. And so everyone's scrolling through and they're seeing, your brand new house, the wonderful vacation, so-and-so just lost 50 pounds. And deep down inside, they're feeling bad. They're thinking, but why isn't my husband giving me flowers? How come I can't lose 50 pounds? Why can't I go on a vacation in a tropical island? How come I'm struggling financially? How come I'm struggling maybe emotionally or possibly physically with some kind of illness or sickness or depression? And so people start playing that whole comparison game in which they don't realize that they're actually doing it. It's almost subconscious, like they're not tapping into what they're actually doing. And I think sometimes we don't really realize that silently we may compare ourselves with others. Silently we may start feeling bad. And then when people start leaving us comments that are extremely negative or cruel or just heavy duty bashing with remarks that are quite unpleasant, that we could feel shamed, we could feel that we're not worthy. It could really impact our own lives, in which it shouldn't be this way. We're not in junior high. This is not senior high. Remember the mean girls who would mistreat you? Remember the people who would push you around when you were a kid? Remember the bullies? Well, they grew up and now they're on Facebook. So there's a lot of Facebook bullying, and just because we're adults doesn't mean we have friends or so-called associates, people that we're acquaintances with, that are mature adults. They are hiding behind their own mask and they're not transparent, and they do lash out, and sometimes it is hurtful. But there's a saying that says, hurting people hurt other people. And I believe that is so true. And so even though 6 weeks ago I took a vacation break and I stepped away, I should have forced myself to stay 2 weeks. I told myself, 2 weeks, let's give it 2 weeks to be gone, to just kind of have peace of mind, to really get involved with writing my book and completing my tasks, to improve my relationships that are real, that are in person, that are real life, and enjoy my family, enjoy my husband and kids and so forth, and spend time with my mother who's dying of cancer. I mean, this is what matters, people. We don't want to lose our loved ones and someday think, you know what, I spent so much time in my job. I spend so much time networking. I spend so much time trying to make money. You know, when we die, we're not going to say, I should have worked more. I should have spent more time on Facebook or social media. We're going to say, you know what? I wasted so much precious hours and time. Why? So we don't want to do that. And here it is now. I'm 6 weeks, just 6 weeks ago, on a vacation break, in which now I've taken another one because yesterday I had a post. It was to do with Houston. It was to do with a hurricane. It was to do with Texas. I'm going to start off with, I am legitimately and genuine about praying for you. I care about other people. When Louisiana was hit by Hurricane Katrina and Rita, I was there with Convoy of Hope. I was there. I got involved. I didn't just pray from a distance. I actively pursued reaching out and helping those who are suffering. But I made a little comment about a person who is very well known in the Christian community, a pastor in Texas who did not open his church doors to those who may be homeless and suffering really badly right now with this whole hurricane going on. And so I made a comment, and the backlash was unbelievable. I mean, it is at a point now on Facebook, you can't even give your opinion. You can't give your ideas. You can't say how you feel. You can't even call someone out, and it's true, and it's accurate, and you're on point, because people will ruthlessly try to tear you to shreds. And it is just ridiculous that I can't and you can't speak your mind. Whatever happened to freedom of speech? That's what I want to know. Hello, America. Hello, America. Let's remember freedom of speech. Let's remember that we can agree to disagree. Let's remember also that we don't twist other people's words, okay? Just because I was calling someone else out who I was questioning why he wasn't opening his church doors. Hey, I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all. Trust me, I don't know it all. And I'm the first one to say I don't know everything. But I'm just curious why this person was not reaching out. But yet, he had online that he was trying to take money from people in Texas for a so-called raising money to help the hurricane victims. I don't know, it was just a little suspicious. I was smelling something fishy, people. But regardless, you know, it is what it is that I placed my thoughts on social media and people were like a rattlesnake coming in for an amazing poisonous bite. And I can't sit back and just say, hey, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I have the right and freedom of speech, and you have the right and freedom of speech to say what you think, to say what you believe, to give ideas, to give any thoughts, to share whatever, whether it's educational, no matter what's going on. And trust me, there's a lot going on, and we know politically there's a whole lot happening in America. But it's at a point where we are just being silenced, and I'm done with it. I'm done being silenced. I'm done with the people who think they could just silence everyone because they don't like what they're saying. I didn't ask you to like what I'm saying. I'm not asking for your agreement. I'm simply stating that there is freedom of speech, and that's including on Facebook. But today, if you feel like you need to take a Facebook break or any social media break, I am giving it a 2 thumbs up. I'm taking a time out myself and heading to the beach. I'm going to relax and enjoy myself and just embrace the moment, embrace the solitude, embrace family and togetherness and love and peace. And so today, if you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share your own challenges with Facebook or social media, I'd like to hear your stories. You can visit me on danaarcuri.com. Thanks and have an awesome day.